All right, welcome to the Anarchy Trading podcast. Yesterday, I was not in a good frame of mind at all. No idea. Losses should not bother you, right? But it doesn't matter how good you get. I think sometimes they still will. Um, I'm still working through the psychology of having this kind of very definitive profit target in front of me. And my wife is saying, "Well, why don't you just not think about it? Just pretend that you're like, yeah, it's not easier said than done, right?" So, anyways, yeah, yesterday we were down 1%. But the big win is the fact is we stopped after losing 1%, which is a big deal because how many times have you gone up and you're way up or something, and then you lose, and then you're like, well, I can win it back, and then you lose again, and then you lose again, and then you lose again. Essentially, what we're trying to do today is, or what we did yesterday, is we avoided losing more, which that's a win in my books. Um, sure, it's not always nice to end the day on a win, but guess what? We're still up on the week. Let's look at this. So we're still up 5.68%. We at one point we were at 7.3, and then proceeded to. We've lost a few since then, three in a row as a matter of fact, because we've lost. We lost on the 10th. We lost on the 17th. It's been 10 days since we had a losing day. So honestly, we were due for it, and we lost 1.1% or so. So we're right down back to 5.6%. So if we ended up losing today, we would just be break even on the week. Now, that's fine. I prefer not to, though, because we're up 1% the week. Let's see if we can maybe end up 2%, which would be really nice. But at the end of the day, what really matters is just following the process. To the fact that if you think you're never going to have losing weeks, I don't care how good a trader you are. Of course, you're going to have losing weeks. And so the fact that we haven't had one in the last 4 weeks is a bit ridiculous. So we're going to keep going and see how things go. And we're just gonna do our best, right? We're gonna do our best. Honestly, we're right where we were on the 23rd, which was on Monday. Finished Monday up, which was cool. And so, not a big deal. Not a big deal. I'm trying to remind myself of this. And so, yeah, we're down a little bit, but we're still up on the week. So we're going to focus on just trying to hit some good trades. Next week, I believe London is starting an hour earlier because it's going to be daylight savings time. At least for me, it's going to be an hour earlier. So it's going to be at 1 p.m. market open, which is going to be nice because then I'm not having to sit here for an hour waiting for market open. And I do think I trade better after market open, according to the data so far. Let's before we do anything, let's just quick check the news for today. Market opens here in about 9 seconds, but we're not trading it anyway, so no big deal. News 2 o'clock Spanish GBP. Well, that's going to drop right now, and then we've got core PCE price index tonight as well as consumer sentiment. So we could see US 30 consolidating, but let's see what happens. Anyway. Market open just happened. Let's go quick over and see what the Dow is doing, the DAX is doing just on the market open. So initial push up. I mean, these lines are essentially hasn't done much. We've been in a range. So we had initial push up. If this turns red, I may want to get a piece of it. But let's give it patience because we're right here on the 200. So price could do anything. Could just gone up, come back down, now go back up. Just fake everybody out. Again, it's only the first 20 seconds of market open. Price could do a lot. So that's the DAX. Let's go look at US 30 real quick. And then, yeah, we could chart all of this, but right now, going down to fill that gap hard. let's just put a line right here. Let's put a line right here. See if it comes up and retest it, and then maybe go in short. And this should be NAS. Again, no need to really draw new lines. These nothing much has happened. We could put this right here if we want. Better capture it a little bit. But it's been a big drop. I would like to see that's going to be down here somewhere. Yeah. High of day, honestly, I think is probably right there. So let's see what happens. Everything dropping down. But again, DAX is kind of holding its own here. Went way up, come down. Don't really want to sell that though yet because we could get a bounce right there. Yeah, like that. And anyway, while we're waiting for stuff, let's go quick just to make sure our lines are in the right spot. Purple line there. Purple line here. Definitely have gone up, so we could see this drive down. Go short. I'm thinking we're going to go short. I'm not even, as I said, net data is showing me that there's no, not even a point trading NAS. But let's see. DAX trying to rally a little bit. I'd like to see it break above and actually respect these wicks a little bit. A lot of consolidation over here and here, but if we could close above these wicks, we could start seeing for a push up if it's going to go up. So let's get two screens going here on our 5 and 15. DAX and Dow essentially doing opposites. Very consolidated since yesterday. Still hasn't really closed this gap here on the DAX. US 30 pushing down first 5 minutes. Again, let's see if we can get a retest. We're not going to try to catch any stupid bottoms or reversals or anything like that like we did yesterday. It is going to fill this gap. It would not surprise me if this just drops down to here right now. 31 seconds left in the first 5 minute candle. Yeah, we're going to close this gap. Again, if we'd been trading a bit earlier, we still wouldn't have gone in though, right? Because this was right before market open. You can't get in this anywhere. It hasn't given us any entrance. So just waiting and seeing what happens here. Again, the DAX could be shaping up. I do like all these wicks. Like this could shape up pretty nice, but we need to see a close below here. We need to see a close below. Then maybe a little retest and then come back down. But let's wait and see. We could get some momentum here. All right. And I'm in. In from essentially right here. Made a new low, a lot of momentum. Where my stop loss is, somewhere right there. Dropping. Still dropping. So where are we going to close? That is the question. Break this red line here, continue to push low, fill this big wick, this big candle over here. Looks good on the 15. Would like to see this continue to push. my MT4 or MT5, I guess there is a gap at, when was that? Anyways, doesn't really matter. So let's see what happens. If we can close below this 200, perhaps push down. Yeah, nice. We're going to close in the next 2 minutes. So now coming up for a retest. Is it going to be a fake out? Now we're going to shoot long, or are we going to continue to break down? It was a great wick. We hit about 1R. Dropping back down again. It's gonna. There's a lot's gonna depend on where this closes. Did come down to the red line, which is where he put it. I like that rejection. Big rejection. Nice. Now that essentially could have made a swing high if you want to move your stop loss almost to break even. Because if you look at the one, again, we're scalping here. You could put it right above here because it could just shoot back up. Now we kind of have equal lows here. If it shoots back up, I don't know if I want to be in on it right now. I'm trying to conserve our capital well, trying to be careful. I like the rejection. Let's see where this closes. 33 seconds. We're going to close below the 200. Even better, close below the red line. Need to make a new lower low here on the one, which would be nice. Kind of equal here. Let's see what happens next 15. New lower low there's made. Good. Still pushing. Nice. It's a big candle. Meaning, remember, could come up just as fast. So it depends on managing. You can manage this trade however you like. Could go to break even. I'm at break even. And it hit 1R there. For me, I move my break even to my stop to break even on 1R trades. I may risk actually a little bit on it because it could very easily, not after that big of drop. Yeah. All right. So now let's start looking targets again. This is a beautiful push down. Now, where could we think price could come up to? I'm putting my stop a little bit up here. Because if I lose $15, that's fine. That's a tiny little bit of money, but that's where I expect price to come up and test this again, possibly. So let's do that. Let's chart that on here. Essentially, my stop is right there. And I'll admit, I'm in here for a bigger drop. So let's see. Can we push down past this yellow line? Perhaps come down all the way here. Prices come down here a lot, so we could see it come back down there again, and that would be a beautiful trade, right? It may not, but it's already past. It's already past the red line. So To me, this would also could potentially be an entry where if it came down, retested here, you could be potentially getting in there, kind of a break of the head and of a the M pattern. But I've been calling everything wrong. I'm going to break even because I don't want to lose anything on this right now. And let's just wait and see where it goes. Again, expect we're going to see some pullbacks here. But we've got some nice 15-minute volume. Going to be closing our first 15-minute candle here in 2 minutes. Price is still pushing down. You could exit now at 1R. We're looking for a bit of a bigger move. Listen to an interesting article by Tom Hugert, I think is his name, about how he adds on to his winners. Don't know if it's going to help my psychology or not, but anyways, it was an interesting. Go check it out. It's like kind of like Psychology of Trading, but by an actual trader, so it's not just blowing smoke. But I would expect to see a little bounce here. But I think we can get a bigger move, which yeah, we're seeing the bigger move here. So there we go. There's the break. So what I'm going to do, just keep monitoring. Big move. I'm still holding. Big move. Still going bull bearish, so no point getting out yet. So let's see. You could trail your stop if you want. See where this candle closes in the next 15 minutes. I'd love to see it fill this gap over here on the left. Like this is a big candle. Sure, it could shoot back up, but we could see it come all the way back down low of day, which is where I tend to see it going. But let's continue monitoring. You could put your stop loss at the top of this candle. We'd expect price to test half of it when this new candle opens, tests here, and maybe rejects and keeps going down. It could come all the way back up. Like that's possible. So it depends on what you want to do. We essentially hit 1.7R there. It's your choice if you want to get in or out of that. I still want to see what happens with this new 15-minute candle. Right now, with all of that momentum, look on the hourly, right? It's a big candle now. It's really coming up. But let's see what happens. Like I would expect it to come up to this red line, so we shouldn't be afraid of it. And if it knocks us out at break even, who cares? Like it's not the end of the world. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But we have the 9 crossing the 200. We've broken down through all of the resistance and support. So now let's see. This one candle by itself may knock us out, or it may be faking everybody out, and people hop in, and people start buying, and then it's going to trap a bunch of buyers, and we start driving down again. So who knows? Let's wait and see. It is testing this red line, which I drew on the 15, drew it on the 5 here, but it's on the 15. It's half of that 15-minute candle. We would expect price to come up to there to test it. So that's what it's doing right now. This is where people go, oh, well, you could you could move your stop loss a little bit. You'll lose a little bit, but maybe price comes back up there. Yeah, but with this much momentum, if price makes it all the way up here, it's just going to keep going. So I want out of it. So anyway, we probably had a glorious trade there that we just got greedy on. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Again, could have taken profit out at, yeah, we hit 90 some dollars. I saw flash there for a minute. But we're not going to force trades. We got in it nicely. It was a beautiful trade. Let's go check Dow. Not really going up much, but a little trying. NAS, we could move over to our double screen here as well for 15, 5. Oh, that's a huge candle. Huge candle. Let's see what happens here at the 9 and 200. Is it going to reject off of that? If so, like this could be good because see, it's cooled off our RSI. If we don't blow up past here and we close below the red line in the next 2.5 minutes, like we could then start driving down again. But it's a big candle. It's a big candle. But you have to be prepared to see some of your winnings go away, right? If you want the bigger moves, if you just exited, if we'd exited here and then we go up, we would have missed out on this move. Now, if we'd exited here, maybe we missed out on the whole move. Let's see. But you're never going to know some of these times. So be willing to trust your analysis, and you're going to be wrong sometimes. But I'm still holding on for it to come down to low of day and fill this big imbalance, if you want to call it that. Let's see what happens. We could look like geniuses or we could look like fools. It's a nice rejection wake. Very nice. So if we can catch this, if we can catch a bigger move here, I would be so happy. I would love to see this drop. And that was kind of a rejection that we needed to see happen if it was going to. We're seeing it happen. Now, is it going to just pick up and go back up, or are we going to see that now? Now it's picked up enough volume and bids to be able to drive down. It's looking good. It's looking good. We got a minute left. So where is this going to close in the next minute is the question. Like honestly, this would almost be a spot where you could buy, right? Because it went up, almost retested, tested the 9 anyway, turned red. If you put your stop loss up here, you could be buying here. Yeah, like you really could. So I'm just curious if this is just going to make a double bottom or if we're going to drive and make a new lower low. So still monitoring, also giving us another opportunity if we want to get out. So depending on how you're feeling, you could have gone out down there. We've got 8 seconds left. Where are we going to close? Gapped up. Let's see what happens. Rejection, red. Could we be getting in a bit of an engulfing bar here? Oh, there it is. There's the move we were looking for. We're at 2R right. We're 2R right now. Still driving. Let's trust our analysis. Potentially, if it starts sucking up, we could exit. But right now, like this might be a nice time that you want to get out. Could we see this as just being a double bottom? Absolutely. So stay in this at your own risk. All right, I'm out. Like I like how it's going. We could probably hang on for more. But for my psychology right now, I don't need to hang on for the bigger win. For me, that win right there is going to help my psychology more than anything else. Sure, we could hang on for a big move and hope we hit down here, but I don't like this. Wick, wick, wick. Yeah, there we go. Do we look like geniuses? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see what do we got here. $87, not bad. I doubt anyone is on the live stream here. But hey, am I complaining? Absolutely not. So now, unless something kicks me in the face, man, we are not. I'm not going to even take another trade. So let's wait and see. Like to me, that's probably a good way to end the week. We're up, we're up, but it's also a good time. Do we want to? Do we risk one more trade? We still end up on the day if we do. If we lose it, only if something really smacks us hard in the face. We tested half of this candle, yellow line, rejected. I would see this coming down. I can see this coming down to here. Especially how this looks. But it's too, what I don't like is that base. So you'd be shorting kind of into it just consolidated, which doesn't make much sense. So unless we saw like a clean up and then break and then maybe retest and then break or something. I'll say I still like this move on the 15-minute because you don't have all that consolidation crap, and we could be targeting like down here. Nice rejection. Beautiful rejection off Dow, but the problem is it's consolidation. Like this is just bad. So I mean, the only way you'd be able to sell it is like if it broke down. If it broke down here, retested, and then maybe you try to fill these wicks or something. Um, but right now we're really overbought. We've cooled off a little bit, oversold. I mean, but I mean, right now, again, price action is not great now. So I don't really want to get in it. Again, as I said, Dow looked kind of nice with this rejection, but it's going right into consolidation. So do you want to sell through that? No, because look what happens. It's pivoting back up. Now, let's start looking at somewhere where we could go long if this goes like bullish, right? Because we're at the bottom. As I said, we've been saved multiple times. I'm still like, I keep thinking we should go bullish, and we haven't. So definitely don't take my word for it. But if we go somewhere where we go up here, bounce, maybe we could even go off this. I don't know. And target there? What do you think? I don't know. looking like geniuses on DAX. See, DAX I could actually see going bullish because on the higher time frame, if we look at it here on the higher time frame, we're kind of at this level where we've been saved multiple times. And sure, we have come down, but we haven't broken this lower low here. So I could see this, if this could drive up, like I could see us, and we're below the 9 and 200. Like I could see this going up at least to the 9, and we're way below the 200. So like I could see this driving up bullish. Of course, it could also go the opposite way. I've been saying things should go bullish all week, and admittedly, the only money we're making is on short trades. So figure that one out. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like I still think this is going to go bearish just because we've tried to go up 1, 2, 3 times and we keep getting rejected, right? We're getting rejected off this 209 EMA. So the fact that I do think we're going to drive down, I just don't want to bet on it, and I don't like the looks of it just because there's so much consolidation here. We're going to need some serious momentum to get through, right? So we got out when it dropped the second time, like right there, right? Like maybe with some slippage, we were a bit different, but close enough. So let's take. Did I get my? Didn't get my thing here. Hold on. Let's try that one more time. Okay, there we go. Let's go look at NAS. Oh, now see, NAS is at an interesting point. We had this big move down, big move up. It was a strong move, but it's slowed down now. Slowed down here, slowed down here, tried to go up. We don't have as much consolidation to work with. We haven't broken these lows yet. We still have this gap here, which is a big gap. So this one, to me, is quite intriguing for going short on, honestly. Let's see where we can close here in the next, 45 seconds or something. As I said, this may break down eventually. It was 30, still trying to break down more. Again, this is possibly a place it breaks through. Now you could be getting in, but then it's already really low, so do you want to wait for a pullback? And then I'd probably be waiting for a pullback, and then if we could go short. But NAS intrigues me. Oop. I was just late pulling up my calculator, and I think I could enter here. I just don't know because we kind of consolidate, double bottomed here, went up. Yeah, we're rejecting, but like we double bottomed already over here. So I don't know. Am I trying to push something? Like, sure, it's rejected up here, but I haven't seen much momentum. We got a little here, but now we're rejecting back up. Yeah, Dow really building a base. Like on anything now, if it comes up, retest, I'd be going long above this green line, which honestly should be red. There. So that's my look right now. Unless there's definitely room to go short. Fill these like double wicks over here. But to do that, we're going to need to break, retest, go down. Right now, I'm not seeing that. DAX still not doing much. This should be red, right? It was a beautiful trade. Like, honestly, beautiful trade. Came down, went all the way up, waited patiently, closed here, came down, went up again, waited, and then got it. So it was good trade. Good trade. I like NAS, but I just don't see much momentum. And I don't like this. These triple wicks. I would have preferred to see one, two, like, and then, right? Like this, because we rejected here hard. Went down a little bit, but rejected, rejected, went up, rejected, rejected. So we're kind of just like, we're in this range, just right here. And for me, it's just not a big enough range. And if on the 15, like it could be just going down here, retest, and then right here, getting some momentum, and then push bullish. So I'm just not really interested in being a part of any of that. This price action sucks. I mean, we'll stick around. We already made one trade today and made, 0.8, 0.9%. Why fuss? But yeah, this price action's bad. NAS continues to get pushed down, but slowly. And I don't trade slowly. I trade with momentum. Let's see where it closes. Because one thing we could envision is, okay, so let's say we close down here. We then open, come back up, retest. Then we see some momentum and drive down. That's where we could get in. But right now, I'm just not seeing momentum anywhere. We're just lollygagging, barcoding like crazy. This is just all consolidation here. Fortunately, we got into this early enough today that we avoided all of this. But yeah, this is all garbage. It's just wicks. The one thing that would make me think that we're still going to be going short is just the fact that if you look at it on the 15, yeah, we've come up and retested this red line a bunch of times and rejected it. Now we haven't been able to go lower, but lower is my bias because we're below here. This is resistance and the 15, where we've been going lower for a while. We're definitely in a bearish market right now. So that's the way I'm leading. But as I said, I've been wrong a lot, so I'm not going to try to predict it. I would love to see NAS come down, as I said. Okay, so let's see what we got. NAS didn't really close anywhere. Trying. I'd like to see it come up here and then go, and then we hop in it with momentum to the downside. But we got to see some momentum in order to make that happen. All right, so let's see. Okay, so now There's just no momentum. It's just sitting. Like, yeah, it's gone up and now it's come down, but they're just all tiny little candles. There's no momentum. There's no volume in the market whatsoever. Yeah, Dow's kind of boop, 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 like working its way down, but it's taking its good old time. I don't know why those keep popping up for this one page. Yeah, I don't want notifications. Uh, really? All right, yeah, just horrible price action. Nas, see, as I said, maybe we were coming down. We did not see momentum, and now did it pick up enough down here to start driving bullish? Like on the 15, to me, this looks like we're potentially came up, retested down here. Now we could be pushing bullish. But we've rejected up here multiple times as well. So do you want to just hop in and buy this? I don't. Same here. DAX doing the complete opposite. Not really, though. Everything's just bar trading. Drone 30 pushing to try to break the lows. And again, see, we could have held on to this, but we would have been holding through all this chop. And there's just like, once we saw it, we should do it, make a double bottom, like just get out of it and wait for another trade to hit. I'm proud of ourselves for waiting and not getting out like up here or even or up here. Like we waited, it rejected off the 209, drove down, and we got out pretty much at the low, which was a good job. Okay, DAX trying to break up again. Nas trying to break up again, but just we're gonna get a little. What is the candle here? That's for? Is that like a harami candle? I think they call it. I don't remember. Anyways, we're just breaking through the 200 now. So like this is kind of a this candle broke through 200. Oh, little harami coming up to retest. Got this gap here. Just yeah, not much movement right now. I mean, if we measure this, just not much. Yeah, not much movement for the whole day. 60. Nas dropping down again. Like, yeah, unless we start seeing some bigger movements, like maybe 3 o'clock will bring in some more volume into the market. But right now, just nothing. Squat. Now, this is starting to work. That's a momentum. That's the momentum that we're seeing there. Could we see this turn around on the Nas? Some momentum there. Okay. So if we can see this, let's see. So if we see like we need a break like up here. If we can get a break above this, We got to break above this, retest, then maybe we go for a high of day break. But right now, again, just consolidation. Had a little move there, little blip, but this 200, it's just like bouncing. This two is bouncing right here. Dow's making a move for it. Oh, this should be down here now. But again, I'm not touching down until, oh, there's the move we needed. There goes German 30. Here goes NAS. So this is kind of the move we need to see. But again, look at this. Equal highs, no new high. We need this to push. Otherwise, it's just gonna check back down and we'll start consolidating again. Same here. I mean, look at this Dow Jones. No new high. Again, no new high. But there was some volume there. You see the speed that it was moving. So, and volume, I guess is the wrong word. Momentum. We don't really have, I don't have level 2 data right now. Like I'd like to get something like Bookmap or something so we can kind of track the order book and actually see what's going on. So we can actually track volume, delta and everything like that. Right now we're just basing stuff off of speed. Okay, I like the break. Now, let's see what we get in the next 2 minutes. Yeah, it's really building out of there. Dow, really building out of there. Tempting to get in long. But again, let's wait and see what happens here within the next 45 seconds. Because there's a lot of rejection here as well. And we're essentially really in consolidation. Honestly, probably shouldn't even be trading unless we make a break of the high of day. But I feel like we're going for a higher break. So that's the thing. Maybe we could consolidate, but as I said, I've been thinking we should go. Oh, there we go. Would have finally come back and hit us if we were still in. So look, we look like geniuses. We got in essentially at the very bottom, which was nice. But again, this is a big candle. I don't want to just buy in into a big candle. Again, we could just come up here, reject right off. So let's see what happens with NAS. I'd love to see a NAS come down to this green box, some momentum, and then we go. We may not get it though, because that was moving fast. I want in essentially right here, high of day. My stop loss kind of right there. Not enough for retest, as I said. We got to come down to this green box. If we don't get it, we just don't get it. It's okay. This it should probably be right there. We could essentially consider that a retest. Okay, there's the drop. That's what we wanted to see. We entered. I don't know why. It didn't flip. And there's a big spread. So we could have been absolute freaking idiots. Stops here. It was with slight momentum, but it was bad. Should have waited a minute, and my spreads were too big, like 2 or something. So again, it looks somewhat good, but it hadn't flipped yet. Did drive down deep enough, but yeah, just idiot. A little bit FOMO there. Slight good bad entry. Now let's see if this flips. 3 seconds. I possibly would have entered there again when it almost went up there and switched. So like I'm trying to convince myself it was a good entry, but I was a bit premature. Like I like how it looks. It was a big candle. We waited somewhat patiently for it to come down, but I think we entered a little too early. So lesson learned. Lesson learned. Okay, I like how this looks. Probably would have entered there. Keeps getting rejected, but let's see if we can get enough momentum. Can we sucre myself with the fact that I probably would have entered anyways? Maybe. But yeah, it's getting rejected. We do have the 9 crossing 200, so we have this below to catch us potentially. So we do have our stop below that. It's definitely taking its sweet time. I like it on the 15 as well. Came down, retested half of that candle. Now can we see it turn up and drive out of here a bit? Or at least to the top, you know? And then we'll move our stop loss and then we just aim for here. Like we could see that possibly happening. So let's see what we get here. Green again, 2 minutes left. 7 minutes in for the hour. What does our 30-minute candle look like? I like that rejection. I like this. Kind of still an uptrend. Let's see. So this does look good. I would have bought in there for sure. We've got some momentum now. Can we swing it? Can we get it pushed higher? We need a new higher high. Need a new higher high here. DAX definitely pushing. NAS trying, but consolidating. It's trying again. We're trying. Can't fault it for trying. 33 seconds left. Let's see where we close. Can we close above here? DAX still pushing. So I'd like to see NAS and Dow continue to kind of match that. Not the same indice though. Let's see what happens here. 5 minutes left till new hour. Right at the top. Could exit for a very small loss here. I like how this looks on the 15. The only reason I'm on it, honestly, is because of this 15. Like, it looks good. Like, we've rejected here. So depending where we close, can we get enough momentum to really just drive up? Like, it won't take much. We just need to break this red line. Got the 9 and 200 coming up to support. I do have a VWAP, but VWAP doesn't mean much on TradingView. Like, we would need Bookmap or something like that for like live time data. Again, price not doing much right now. Not much volume. Not much momentum. DAX continuing to push. Really nice on the 15-minute. Dow doing nothing. NAS doing nothing. We could get out. I just honestly like the momentum. Like, I like this momentum here. And sure, but this could be just a bit of a flag, and then we continue to push out of here. So that's essentially, we saw this flag, push up, come up, flag, push up. Like, it's not breaking down. So now let's see if we can break this high here. There we go. Keep getting stopped here though. We need to push. We can make new one. This can ride. Like, it can go. I like it more bullish than I do bearish, which is why I'm still in this thing. Got a new 15-minute candle coming in 2 minutes as well. So let's see what happens. New hourly as well. So we could see a shift. Is it going to just break it down, or could we see it really shove it up? Let's see what we look at like here on the hourly. Yeah, so we've kind of been stuck. Long wick. Left. Let's see where we close. I would love to see us close above that red line. It's very important where we close in the last minute. Last minute of any candle. This is going to be the last minute of the 5, 15, 30, 1, whatever. It's going to be the close of a lot of candles. So again, if we can close above this, we close above the green line, that will be good. If we could drive up and close up here, that'd be even better. But let's see. We close above this. We close above the 9 here. And then maybe we have enough momentum to push up. So this is a nice retest. Like I would like to see if I was trading this on the 5. I was like, ooh, nice. Now let's go. So let's see. 30 seconds to go on this candle. Are they going to try to close it below? A lot of indecision, just a lot of dojis, especially on the 1, as you can see. So no matter what happens today, I mean, we're ending the day up, which is hence why I'm not too concerned. But I still like how this this trade looks. So I opened green, immediately pushing down red now. Big bearish candle. Retesting that 9. Now let's see if we reject the 9 or 200, or are we going to just blow through it. A little bit of indecision here, first minute. Now if this flips green, let's see what we can do here. I'm not too concerned. I said one way or the other. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, do we have some momentum to go break through here? That looks nice. Again, there's always going to be little pullbacks. Don't worry about pullbacks. We're riding this for the long haul. I'm still in this. We could end the exit at break even if we wanted. Again, I want this big move. I want this move. Which it does not look like we're going to get. Let's see though. 9's still going up. 9's still holding it. 200 still holding it. These wicks over here on the left really killing us. It's kind of this psychological 200. I'm taking my loss stop loss to 37. The reason I'm doing that is I made 87 on that first trade. So I'd love to end the day, up 0.5. So if it breaks down, it breaks down, I get stopped out. I end up 0.5 for the day, I'm happy. Sure, we could have ended up a little higher, but that's okay. So 0.7 I am. Let me see where that puts my stop loss. Yeah, stop loss essentially right here. Now, let's see if we can ride this bad boy out of here. Killing me here. Plus, our spreads are big. 2.2, actually 2 on the NAS right now. All right, trying again. Can we do it? We're trying. We are trying hard. Knocking on the door. Made a new high compared to the previous 5 minutes. But we're getting rejected. Again, if we're trading on the 1, we know that's going to come back down. Okay. We've now beat this high. Can we now come up, break this red line? There we go. Nice. Now you can move your stop loss a little tighter if you wanted, but the fact is we expect price to come back and retest this. It's also going up to here, so let's continue to monitor. Said I may just move to break even because I just been in this trade too long. I don't know. The problem is it's going my way now, so why would I get out break even? Yeah, let's just wait. Let's see. Could reject off this red line though, so right. So preferably I'd like to see it close above this red line, come back and retest it, and then keep driving up. Okay, I'm moving to break even. Well, it's retesting now. It didn't let me because price was below. But it really caved out quick. Let's just wait and see what happens here. If it really starts shooting down, I'm moving my stop loss a little tighter now because if it comes back down. All right. Oh, that was a good rejection. I'm gonna risk $7 on this trade. Just right there. Give us enough room to come down and test a little bit, but then hopefully drive back up. Like that. Let's see if it can make another new high. Push up. Turn that into essentially like a swing. Or is it going to just drive down? All right, I'm out. It was a stupid trade anyway. It just there's no momentum. Could have exited with a little bit of money instead of coming out and getting out with like $6 loss, but that's fine. Yeah, now we see it rejecting hard. It just wasn't enough. We saw some momentum here, so getting out with $6 loss is fine. We could have hung on longer, but let's see what happens now. This would not surprise me now if we see this now. Yeah, switching. And yeah, we're trying to sell like we sold right up there and then rejected like that red sign. Like should have just gone out there, honestly.
Uh,
All right, well, that's the end of the day. I mean, I guess I haven't been talking much, been focusing here, but essentially end up 0.5% up. It is what it is. We end up the week 1.5%, so we're going to take that.